Hang on, before you stop, I know exactly what you're thinking. Hang on, a Clio Rare? What are you talking about? And this is not just any ordinary Renault Clio. This is l'Initiale Paris, a special edition Renault that Renault started as a kind of thing with their lower end cars. So things like the original Twingo, this, the original Clio, and some of the later Clios as well, some other examples of Renaults as well. And the reason they started the Initiale project was to basically say, yes, we can put all of our best items onto our smallest and cheapest cars. This car has full leather interior, wood trim, cruise control, air conditioning, electric rear windows, electric sunroof, on a car from 2004 that was sub £10,000. Plus, this has a 1.6 litre engine instead of the original 1.2 that most of us, including myself, had as our first cars. This, producing 110 horsepower, is depressingly faster than my Mazda MX-5 with a top speed of 120, whereas my MX-5 tops out at 118. So this piece of shit can catch up and beat an NB MX-5. Which is quite depressing to think, but oh well. Now, I've said that this is rare. How rare is it? One of 64 Initiales. Now, I've heard someone told me that this car from Renault in this colour, which is called Abyss Green, a beautiful green colour that looks black, but when it hits the sun, it's this beautiful pearlescent colour. Apparently, there's only 4 Clios with that spec left in the United Kingdom. I don't believe that, but if it's true, this is rarer than a Bugatti Veyron, a Bugatti EB110, a Bugatti Chiron, a LaFerrari, a Ferrari F50, an Aston Martin 177. This is an extraordinarily rare car as it sits with only 64 left. Why did I buy this car, realistically? The answer to that is simply because Trevor's taken a lot longer to start the process because we've still got some logistics to figure out. So I thought, in the meanwhile, I'll buy some cheap shit box that's interesting to do up and kind of tell you a little bit about it. That didn't happen for 6 months because I couldn't find anything where I live because there's nothing around here except for an Escort Equip that was quite interesting, but some nabbed that. As per the name of this channel, Financial Regret, you can kind of understand that standing here now, this may look really good, and it does. But this is the future. I'm filming this in the future, after everything has been done on it. Now let's show you everything, starting with the rear wiper. The one trick I've always wanted to try is to see if you can actually get plastic back to black by using heat guns. So on a cheap little shit box like this, why not try it out? Whilst I will never claim to that being perfect, it has done a damn good job compared to this side of the car.
Oh my God.
Now, I have melted a little bit in one spot, very small here, but the rest of the car, it looks so much better. The only problem that I have is that any scratch on the bumper and any imperfection, it is bringing it up a lot more. I'll have to see how this will work once it cools down, but for now, I think I'm going to continue with the rest of it just to see, because this is a hell of a lot better than that. Just an add-on from here, because I forgot to actually record anything else, this is now complete, and it looks so much better with the whole bumper being made back to black with just a heat gun. I'm surprised by how much it works. It is not perfect. I will never attest to that being perfect, but it's so much better than the white and light grey crap that it was originally on there. Thank God that works. Now, I know the French like decapitation, but this is taking it too far. See what I mean? These are just dead, so whilst this is holding up, at any second this could come down and smack me right in the face. So I'm going to replace these before that happens. Oh my God. Same goes for this side. When you're doing this, make sure you lube up the balls. Gentlemen, you know what I'm talking about. And now, no longer a death trap. Right, so what I need to do now, I need to take this door card off, and there is a reason for that. So when I bought this car, I knew that it had electric rear windows, but for some reason I didn't test them until I had already bought the car. So I tested it as soon as I was driving away from the guy's house that I bought it from. Neither of them worked. And I thought, oh shit, the rarest part of the Initiale doesn't work. until I got home and realised that this switch to lock the actual rear windows is now pushed down in the door and has been like that for some time. So now that I've got this switch working, the rear windows will come down. So I'm just an idiot that needs to attach a switch that's snapped. And now I've just got to not fuck up this extremely rare piece. Same stupid cable. You ever seen a more grim bolt in your life? That's mold. Lovely. So if I turn the ignition on and press the switch here, I think, there we go, it does open. But if I put it here, then don't do a thing. But the problem is, even if that's sat in place there, the switch, when you want to press it, just goes straight into the hole because one of the clips on here has snapped. So that means that has to be glued back on because you cannot get these with the wood trim. There's only 64 of these cars on the road. I don't think I'm going to find another one of those. Piece of glue. Sorted. When you started the car, it would knock a little bit like this. The car was also difficult to get into gear, which could only point to one thing, the gearbox mount. So, easy job replacing that. I didn't realise it would be this bad. New engine mount, or new gearbox mount, looks absolutely fine. Looks alright here. And then the old one that had some problems, so the bushings are okay. So it's not knocking, I can't move it round. But then you look at the fucking bottom of it. And I think this might be causing my issue. And now a bit of copper grease, a bit of lube to get it into its home. Ugh.
Yeah, man.
There we go.
Giving parts to, I imagine.
I haven't seen it.
Have you seen people what you pass for?
Yep.
Oh, that is great.
And look. You guys get box mods around here. This one is
Oh god, this is giving me PTSD. Rust. Not too bad actually. If someone has scratched the paint in the past and has gotten back to the fresh metal, which has let rust really just sit on there. It's only surface, it's nothing too bad. So I sanded this back to fresh metal, got some primer and some paint to try and do my best. Keyword, try. Future me, I was never really happy with this. This turned out crap, but with a detail that we will see later on, this turned out actually quite well. It still has a lip. I'm not happy with it. I am not a painter. I never was a painter. I'm a mechanic by trade. That's it. I don't do bodywork. Yes, I did mention detail. And yes, I did say that about a 1.6 litre Clio. Now, what's my answer? Shut up! It's my car. I can do what I want to it. And because I don't like bodywork, I had the help from this geezer. Hello. Fuck's sake. Now you might recognise him, he has changed a bit since we last saw him with Marty on his driveway 2 years ago. That's a while ago. 2 years ago that, Jesus. So, let's just hop back to the past where you made a number on this car. I'm looking forward to this. This is not the end of it. That was quite easy to sort out. Most of these issues on this car are just something for it being 20 years old, just things wearing down over time. However, there is one thing that Renault Clios are very famous for on the Mark IIs. These leak, and this one did too. And I didn't realise it was leaking until I found out the hard way and took the black floor mats off, and I got this. I was disgusted, absolutely disgusted, and I wanted to give up big time, but I thought, no, do you know what? I'm gonna have a go, strip the interior and see what I can do about this. That's coming up next week. See you then.